now, children. Tonight, old Uncle Tom gonna tell you the real, true story.
So, but yo, what's up with your brother, my man?
Oh, my man, Mellowman, Ace Cool.
Mellowman Ace in the house. He gon' bust up hardcore live for y'all tonight. Here we go, yeah. They told me let me know twice, I love you and very nice. And when the other by your language, shit, you bite like mice. You didn't think that I could come like that, did you? Me and Cypress Hill, cold rapping, watch us.
Right now you're just a liar, a straight mentirosa. Today you tell me something y mañana es otra cosa.
So I want to take it back to when you first got your big break. Mentirosa was, you know, the big hit, you know, that introduced you to the world. Tell us about what was going on with Mellowman Ace just before that hit and just kind of how it all came along.
Word, yeah. I remember I had just gotten picked up from Delicious Vinyl Records where we dropped the Maspingon record. You can see him rocking his shirt. And then we put out the Rhyme Fighter single, and it moved some units and it got a good cult following.
That's the one where you're on the horse, right?
Yo, MCs, there's a new chef in town, you know? His name is Mellowman Ace. Yeah, that's my name. Step aside, son, you bother me. Hey, Tony, pump the chumpy!
The label didn't like the fact that they pumped so much money on it and didn't yield the return. And it's a trip when you get to where creativity meets corporate interest. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but they didn't yield the return, so they was like, look, Mellow, we're going to put out one more single, and if this shit don't hit, we're going to have to drop you. And shit like that. Luckily, you know, I think it was in the sun, moon, and stars that for Latino people that somebody was going to break that ground, and it was going to be this record, Mentirosa. And then we put it out on Power 106.
LA's hottest music is Power 106.
They put it on the Make It or Break It type of thing.
Yeah.
And in its first week, it beat Janet Jackson, Madonna, the New Kids on the Block.
Step by step, ooh baby, gonna get to you, girl.
And that's kind of when we knew that we had something special on our hands, because Latinos as a community stood up and got behind the record, and they went out and bought it. They requested the shit out of it. They went out and purchased it, and then next thing you know, the phone started ringing for concerts and shows and stuff like that. And I got to give props to my man Paul Rodriguez, the comedian. He was one of the first TV shows that put me on the show.
Okay.
And that's really when shit really started to pop off.
Nice, nice. Who did the beat? That fucking Santana sample is just classic. Who did that?
Yeah, that was Tony G.
Tony G, okay.
Tony G,
yeah, legendary.
Produced La Raza for Kid Frost as well.
Some of you don't know what's happening. Que pasa? Not for you anyway, because this is for the Raza. This is for the Raza.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tony G, the mix master for K-Day, he was a drummer, a percussionist, and a music producer. So he put it together, and he was like, look, the most important part about that whole thing was when he said to me, don't come back to the studio until this record is bilingual. It was his idea. It wasn't my idea. And then the way I created that style was, see, we lived right here. And as you can see, the houses are only divided by a driveway. Well, there was a little kid in that house, because our bathroom was back in the back. Their kitchen matched up with our bathroom, and he said, I could hear him as I was sitting out here out front with Be Real, trying to write the song, but nothing was coming. We was having 40s and blunts and shit like that. And I said, I gotta use the bathroom, right? So I go in there, and then I heard the little kid, he said to his mom, Ama, I'm going to the liquor store, ahorita vengo. I'll never forget it, verbatim, that's what he said. And then my kind of like my Einstein light went on, and I was like, holy shit, that's the style right there.
Spanglish, basically.
Spanglish.
Yeah.
If I could do one line in Spanish, one line in English, and then repeat the process, put the rhyming word on the appropriate language, I got the style. So when I got back to the car, Be Real had wrote the Check This Out Baby part, and then the water valve opened up, a flow. It just, tenemos tremendo lío. Last night you didn't go a la casa de tu tío. All that whole shit just spewed out.
This out, baby. Tenemos tremendo lío. Last night you didn't go a la casa de tu tío.
So who were some of the people that you were touring with and doing shows with back then?
We did so many different styles because I was a bilingual MC. I had a record popping in the Spanish market and in the top 40 and crossover markets as well as black music market, you know, and charts. We were doing stuff with anybody from like Celia Cruz, the Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest.
Say, I like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. Name is Fight Dog from the Zulu Nation.
Leaders of the new school.
It's just another case of that OPTA.
Jose Feliciano, Grupo Nietzsche.
All genres, huh?
All genres.
Damn.
It didn't matter. It was like, it was a new frontier.
Yeah, tell us how important being on MTV was back then.
I think the importance of MTV in places like and video shows like The Box.
The Box, the planet's only interactive music video channel. The Box, the only channel where you pick what you want to see when you want to see it. The Box, it's easy to use.
That really helped catapult me to the next level. I think The Box helped me to get on MTV because The Box, the fans had to call and order that. And order, if they liked you, they was gonna call and order your video. And I think when The Box really bubbled up, MTV saw that and they were like, we gotta have this kid on. And that's when I finally met one of my heroes, Fab Five Freddy, and we did Yo MTV Raps, and that really just took it to a whole new level. For me, it was very different. Until I met Fab Five Freddy, it was the house, not the house music, but the
techno.
No, it was the freestyle music fans that really accepted me first, and then when we landed on Yo MTV Raps, that's when the hip hop community got a hold of it. You know what I mean? And I think all those things helped to build what it was.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter in what order everything happened. It just mattered that one thing led to another, dominoed into another, dominoed into the next. And that's how you create artists back then.
Would you say this specific hit, Mentirosa, that mostly women bought it? Because, I mean, it was so important to hit that market, and it seemed like that song was perfect for women.
Nah, to be honest with you, I think dudes gravitated to it first more than the girls. Because I remember doing concerts early on, and there'd be women hate groups coming with picket signs and shit, picketing my concerts and shit, like, oh, he's telling women, you know, this, that, and the third, and he's a misogynist. At first, I was kind of like scared, like, bitch, you don't know how hard I worked to get on, you know what I mean? And then y'all coming to these concerts and doing all this shit, but that helped put more steam on everything, you know what I mean? Like, when they would show up in the news and Mellowman Ace, you know, the concert got, women's groups were out there. It just helped it all.
50,000 more sold right there. Right?
50,000 more sold. And then women really, some women was just like, yeah, that's me, and took ownership of it. You know, and they would come out to the concerts and just love a nigga to death.
Yeah. Who's the one? Is it Dolores Tucker? She's the one, was the main one kind of spearheading that thing back then, right?
Yeah, Dolores Tucker.
I am here to put the nation on notice that violence perpetuated against women through the music industry in the forms of gangster rap and misogynist lyrics will not be tolerated any longer.
Shut the fuck up!